Things you're doing at the moment is stopping your wealth from growing, and you're not even thinking about it. You might be actually doing something right now or not doing something right now that is stopping your wealth from growing. The barakah's not coming in and you can't seem to make money. Well, listen to me. Hear me out, because I've seen it happen to me. I've seen things I've done that have helped me grow so much, and I've seen things that have happened and I've maybe, made mistakes in, and I just feel like I can't keep a hold of money, right? And what are those things? Well, look, I have to start with the one thing that changed everything for me. The one thing, man, I promise you guys, wallahi, I promise you guys, when I did this one thing, I just felt like, man, like, I didn't realize how powerful it was. I didn't realize until after, right? And so the one thing was, when I was starting my business, and this is something every single person should do, every single person when they're starting their company, when they're starting doing whatever they're doing, you want to make a little bit of money, you just sit there for a second, or whatever, and you say, you know what? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And if you can make your intentions at that point, and you think about this, you actively say, I want this, whatever it is, I want it to be a means for me to be a good Muslim. I want it to be a means for me to, help my parents. And so if you have that intention, and what you're actually doing is halal, of course, right? The business that you're going to do is halal. If you have the intention that I want this to be a means for me to be a good Muslim, and I want to be able to practice my religion more, I want to be able to go to the masjid more, and by the way, then you also take actions on that. You don't just fake it, right? You don't fake it till you make it. You actually take the actions where you're like, you know what? I'm going to do X, and inshallah this is going to be the means for me to be a better, it's going to be a better Muslim, basically. And so you go to the masjid more, you read a bit more Quran. So you do things where you're actually also taking action, but you have that tawakkul that this is going to be a means for me to be a better Muslim. That's powerful. I have seen the blessings and the doors open up like crazy. And as soon as I sort of go a little bit, I don't want to say away, because alhamdulillah, we never go away from that. But if I ever feel like my iman is going down, maybe I'm not going to the masjid as much. Of course, we always pray our salah, right? But if I feel like there's a detachment from the masjid, or, I'm always thinking, okay, my money feels like it's going down or something is going wrong. Straight away, I don't look at, and this is as business people, this is, I think, number two. This has to be number two. When we look at money, we don't see it as something you're not making money in, and so we look at it straight away. Oh, maybe I need to make more sales calls. Maybe I need to, send more emails out. Maybe I need to. No, actually, as a Muslim, you know what you're going to say? You're going to say, cool, our money's going down. Maybe I need to make more dua. Maybe I'm doing something which is reducing the barakah in my business. Maybe there is something that I need to do as a Muslim. That is number one, because it's the easiest thing you can do. So fix your religion, and I assure you, man, when you fix your religion with the means that, you know what, that's happening. Maybe that's because I need to fix my religion. Maybe that's because there's a leaking bucket, and you plug that bucket up on the religion side. All of a sudden the money starts flowing as well. When you don't chase the money just starts flowing to you. That's kind of how it works. Number three, and I have pushed this down people's throat that have worked for my business, that I've been working with, and in all my businesses. Number three is so very important to me, right? And number three, no matter how I am, no matter what mistakes I make, no matter what I do, for me it's crucial. And number three is, man, I don't ever want to even fall into that grey part. I don't ever want to do something where I'm unsure about it, when I'm like, you know what, let me just do it, I'll make a bit of money, alhamdulillah. If I feel like it could be haram, if I feel like, man, this money could be dirty, if I feel like, I need to stay away from this, and Allah will bless me, wallahi, every single time I take the route of, I'm going to go safer. I'm going to it doesn't matter. It's money. Who cares about money? Am I going to pick my money over my religion? The answer is always, for me, it's always been no. And I assure you, the amount of times I have picked that I am not going to do X because I'm just not comfortable with it. I'm just not, because remember, right? Sometimes something might not be haram outright. And sometimes it's not haram. You stay away from it with the intention that actually I want to stay away from it because for me as a Muslim, I'm not comfortable with it. You may be rewarded for that because, in a way, you're staying away from something because you feel like, I don't want to go into specifics, but you can click the dots basically. You might stay away from a certain company, you might stay away from certain something because they do whatever, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to stay away from this because I feel like it's against my morals and it's against, the Islamic values. And that is powerful. So number three, of course, we stay away from haram always, right? That's a given. But there's a second layer to that we actually stay away from the grey matters as well. And there's a second layer where we stay away from things where we feel like, you know what, it's not good for the Muslims, for example, right? And that, I feel like always has given me blessings where Allah has given me so much more than I could have ever imagined. Number 4, it's something that a lot of Muslims struggle with these days. And you know what? I'm going to say it as it is because I've seen it. I've seen number 4 happen a lot, and it's unfortunate, and it's dealing with honesty. Do you know, as a Muslim that has worked in the corporate environment and that today runs businesses, I have seen non-Muslims do business and I've seen Muslims do business. And it's an unfortunate reality in 2026 that I see the etiquettes and the morals of non-Muslims many a times beat our morals and character when it comes to business. That is crazy. That's a big statement, right? And I'm not saying it's always the case, but we have to always think about number 4, which is when you're dealing in business, deal with people in an honest way, in a truthful way. Be nice to people. Be easy with people. Don't always, don't be money hungry. When you're money hungry, man, the barakah goes. When you're chasing it so much, it goes. But when you sit back, when you're, alhamdulillah, if it comes, it comes. I'm going to take the action. Remember, you always take the action. Don't ever tell yourself that you're not going to take the action. You take the action, you sit back, you don't chase it too much, you be honest, you be truthful, and doors open up. Doors open up that you never imagined. And all of a sudden, you might make £10,000 instead of £50,000 a month. And someone might be making £50,000 a month, but you'll sit there with 10 grand and you're like, man, I can't get rid of this money. It just seems like there's so much of it. And that is the point, guys, that sometimes it's not about making so much. It's all about keeping it. It's all about having that blessings in that money. And I've seen it when I've got blessings in the money, and I've seen it when I've not got blessings. And when you've got blessings, it's powerful. It reminds me of number 5. And I'm going to chuck it in there because it's important, but this isn't number 5. Make sure you're giving charity. Make sure you're giving back. Make sure the profits that you're making, you're always giving back. Do what you can. As Muslims, as people in business, as people making money, we should always look to give in money. We should always look to give in charity. It's not just about, the money you make from profits, even before you start your business. Start it in a good way, give a little bit in charity. I want blessings for my business and so on and so forth. But at number 5, I want to make it particular. This is big, right? And let me know in the comments if you felt this as well. I was reading something and I watched a video. It was an Islamic video, and in fact, I'll share the video with you guys right now as well. And this is deep. That when you count your money, you feel like it just goes. And when you're not counting your money, when you're not holding your money, when you're not thinking 24/7 about your money, it's like it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. And I tried this. Wallahi, I tried this. And when I wasn't thinking about the money, when I wasn't looking at my bank account all the time, when I wasn't just, how much am I going to make, how much am I going to save, how much am I going to invest, when I wasn't doing that, I felt like I had so much more money. I had so much peace in my heart. I felt so much happier. And that's the point, man. Don't let the money enter your heart. As Muslims, we can be great business people. We should have tawakkul in Allah Azza wa Jalla, no matter what obstacle we come across with. We're like, alhamdulillah, it's okay. Because whatever happened for a reason, and we have to have that tawakkul that obviously Allah's going to give you something better, right? So hopefully this video was of benefit to you guys. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share with your family and friends. Barakallahu feek.